is Zurachi actually reviewing a game? Yes, I am. Yeah!
Wartech, Senko backwards Ronde. Yeah, no idea what that means. Judging by the intro of this game, there's probably a story, but I don't care. After all, it's a game where you battle with robots. Anything thrown into the middle just gets in the way. I'm looking at you, Gundam Seed. You don't make a Gundam anime and make it a soap opera! It seems we have quite the selection of characters, though so far, none of them are sticking out to me. Wait, Fabian the Fastman. The Fastman. He's the Fastman! Yes, he is! He's faster than all of you! Look at him, he looks more ready to go on a ski trip. Or maybe a space ski trip of doom. What is the— what? What am I looking at? What is this? What am I supposed to look at? What am I looking at? Okay. We're just gonna have to pause for a second and figure out what the fuck is even going on in this game. Firstly, it's easy to identify that we're in a fighting game with robots, but that's not the issue here. The problem is this, and this, and this, and this. This game suffers from what I like to call overlay syndrome. This game obsesses with graphical overlays to the point where it covers the main focus point itself, the battle. None of this shit is necessary at all. All it is just a complete mess. What if you were playing Street Fighter and all this shit just appeared on the screen? It would drive you nuts! Well, as it turns out, you have the option of turning off some of this nonsense, but even if you turn the extra overlays off, it's still hard to figure out what the hell's going on. So, I might as well leave them on to get my point across. Most of the time it's hard to even tell if your shots are hitting your opponent because you're concentrating so much on dodging everything. So naturally, I just spam buttons. Then, I figured out you can do melee attacks that seem to do a lot of damage. So here's a pro tip, do that a lot. Also, when you build up your super turbo bar energy thing, you can use it to transform into oh my god, what the fuck? On top of everything that's happening, there's also conversational dialogue that goes on in the middle of fights.
Hey! そこのお兄さん!
Hey! そこのお兄さん! They give you no precursor or any kind of context signal to you about what these characters are even talking about. I mean, we have the intro, but that itself was too vague to understand in the first place. All of this is just completely unnecessary. Not only is the gameplay a mess, the story and characterization is too. This game is a result of combining the bullet hell shooter and fighting game genres. Let's use Triggerheart Excelica as an example. The problem is that bullet hell shooters themselves already have enough going on as it is. Just look at all the shit happening on the screen. Now, if we duplicate these screens and face them at each other, we essentially get what Wartech is trying to be. A clusterfuck where explodes! I know that fusing genres is a way to create something unique, but in this case, it just wasn't executed well. We're left with a game that is much worse than the sum of its parts. If there's anything positive I can say about this game though, it's the music. One of the fights in the game actually had a song that was good enough to immerse me into the fight fully, even if only for a moment. I managed to get to the final stage where instead of fighting other robot suit things, you fight things. It's impossible. This last level has 3 parts to it. The first one you can easily pass just by spamming shots while concentrating on dodging everything. The second and third parts, though, are both stupid. The problem with the second part is that the only way to do damage is to stand directly in the line of fire and take hits, which in turn leaves you unprepared for the third part. The third part just becomes a contest to see who can shoot each other the fastest, and it's all dictated by how much damage you've taken in the second part. I wasn't able to pass this part, and I didn't have the patience to keep trying. So if I haven't made it obvious yet, I don't like this game. And despite a couple redeeming qualities, I don't think it's any good. So do yourself a favor and skip over this one. Then again, I don't think a game like Wartech is hugely in demand anyway. Everyone's into their Pokemans and detective adventures. With that competition, I can see why this game never really made an impact.
Well, Mr. Fastman, I'm sorry, but it looks like this game has just run its course for me. I guess we're just gonna have to go fast some other time. Bum.
He's the Fastman, 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 Fastman.